welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk about a really interesting token that was launched yesterday, in fact, and it's been doing extremely well. This is on the Solana blockchain, so you may find this a bit weird that I'm talking about this specific one, but the reason I'm doing it is because it is the most hyped one right now. If you watched one of my recent videos, you'll see that I will be looking into newly added tokens just to kind of give you my thoughts and perspective on what's going on, how they're going to be moving, and what they're all about. So we'll kick it off here with Jito. It is built on Solana. It's an MEV powered staking rewards token, and MEV stands for maximum extracted value, in case you weren't aware. And you can connect your wallet basically and stake it. So the APY is not that great if you look at it. It does have a lot of holders though, but for some reason it performed extremely well, and I couldn't find any like strong backers behind this one. So it kind of surprises me that it's moving how it's moving, but it's pretty obvious here that market makers are doing a good job. So yeah, we can see the TVL is quite high, 6.4 million SOL, okay, has been locked in here for staking rewards to be generated, 6.96% APY, 77,695 holders. Okay, so the website is pretty basic here. As you can see, nothing wow if you look at this website. I mean, you could find this in most DeFi projects, but this specific one has been performing extremely well. And if we look here at the price on KuCoin, it is on Binance as well, by the way, but I like checking KuCoin. So as you can see here, it is on the uptrend right now. So it got listed yesterday on KuCoin. It was 6 cents when it started and 367 at the peak. But again, you couldn't actually trade at these specific prices simply because these were bots generated in the first 5 to 10 seconds when you can't even place an order in the order book on KuCoin. And this applies to other exchanges as well, so not just on KuCoin. And then if you see here, it did go up to 230 at the peak here. And then if we look down, it started dropping here to 173, which was the low that was tradable. Okay, so you could have gotten in or sold at this price, and perhaps you feel really bad now if you did, because many people got an airdrop, okay, of this specific token if they held SOL. I'm not sure on the exact requirements that you had to meet in order to qualify for an airdrop, but I believe staking SOL was enough, if I'm not wrong here. So you could see it had this nice pop to the upside here, 325, then he had a bit of a pullback to 266. Today it did trade like early in the morning my time, it did trade around the 265, 267, and so I've made an entry here. This is a degen entry from my side, because I wouldn't normally be buying into these if it wasn't a bull market, and I wouldn't have seen so much activity and demand here with a 49.6 million dollar volume here, which is very high. It was actually the top one on KuCoin in terms of demand and so on popularity. So you can see the peak was at 379,791 here, and the low is 173 from yesterday. And so I got in around 285 here on average. I've made two different buys and I already sold at 352. I didn't catch the peak exactly, but I'm still quite happy with this specific trade. Now I do plan on buying more if it drops below $3, because we do have a bit of a support area here around $3 here, and then the next one is around 265, as you've seen here, because it was around this price, hovering around it all day, but now there's a bit more hype with this because of its popularity. So it depends on the airdrop claimers here. If they decide to dump, if there are a lot of airdrop claimers, then we may see more volatility here when it comes to this. So just be very careful. Again, not financial advice with this one. Just be careful. This is just something that I personally did. I just wanted to gamble with this one because it is ultimately a gamble. Like, things could have gone south for me and I would have just had to sell at a loss, right? But I wanted to give it a try because I did see there's a lot of hype. I saw that there's a lot of popularity with it. So yeah, why not, And here next, you can see that they've got 44,900 followers. So it tells us here that anybody who's eligible to claim the airdrop can do so for 18 months, starting from yesterday. So that is a very long time. They're not limiting anyone. So yeah, I mean, if you look here, they're even telling us that you can supply liquidity if you're interested. So it's like, once again, like, it's a DeFi protocol. Okay, it's nothing wow. It's built on Solana. It's a layer 2 dApp pretty much here. And yeah, you can generate rewards by supplying liquidity with the JTO, and you can see you can provide liquidity on the JTO USDC pool, on Orca, on the Jito Sol JTO liquidity on Camino, and also JTO Sol on Radium. Okay, so these are all the different ones where you provide liquidity with JTO. Also on this one here, also Jito Sol and JTO Orca. So yeah, not that many options here when it comes to providing liquidity. And like I said, it's DeFi. It's nothing wow, yet for some reason this performed extremely well. So again, I don't have high hopes for this one in terms of a long-term play. It's more of a short-term play in my opinion. Okay, I do have other ones that I've got my eyes on and I do plan to do videos on them even before listing. There is one that I've been told about recently by a trusted buddy of mine who got into Kusama very early on, and I didn't listen to him back then. He recommended a really good one, which has got Jump Crypto and Wintermute, the top market makers in the crypto space, as backers. So just imagine. And that's also going to be launching on Solana. So I'm going to be doing a video on that probably tomorrow just to talk a bit about it. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you here just to tell you my play here. I'm pretty happy with this one. It worked out for me, I hope that you also traded this one. If you did it work out for you, because it did do pretty well. So you couldn't have done much here to get this wrong. It was pretty much just like throw in the bucket and then you get something, right? But again, it is quite risky at this time because we've had this pop here. It doesn't mean it can't go higher, but I wouldn't personally risk it right now. I would personally wait for some sort of stability here around this area. So yeah, that's it from today's video. Thank you for watching and stay safe. See you in the next one. Bye.